Hey guys, so today I'm in a city called Kielce in the southeast of Poland, and I'm going to do you a guided tour today, and I'm going to show you the things to see and the things to do when you're here in Kielce, and I'm just going to tell you everything you need to know about Kielce and give you as much information as possible before you decide to visit this lovely city. So Kielce is a relatively small city. It has a population of over 200,000 people. And the first question you'll ask me is, where is Kielce? Well, Kielce is, to put it in simple terms, Kielce is located between Krakow and Warsaw. So you'd need to fly into Krakow airport or to Warsaw airport, because there's no airport here in Kielce. And it's about 1.5 hours on the train from Krakow, or there's buses going every single day as well. So it cost me about £4, like about €5 on the train to get here from Krakow. It was really easy to get here, and there was regular trains going every hour or two with intercity. So Kielce dates back 900 years. It's a very, very old city, and it had a tradition here of mining in the past. They were mining for iron, they were mining for copper and limestone, and it just became, it was in the 15th century when it was very, very big for mining. That continued for many, many years. And that's the past of this city, really. They're also doing things here like glasswork and that type of thing in the past as well. And well, I thought I'd start the tour at the main market square of the city. This is called the Rynek Główny in Polish. This is where it all goes on here, really. So the first thing that I'd recommend that you see when you're here in Kielce is the Jaskinia Rye Cave. Now, that's on the motorway between Krakow and Kielce, so you probably go there on the way or on the way home. A lot of people come up from Krakow for a day trip or a spa break here or something like that, and I definitely do recommend that cave. It's a 20-minute tour, and it's breathtaking because you see all the tunnels and the chambers there as well, and you enter a fairy tale underground world in that cave. As you enter the cave, you see an exhibition, and the exhibition is like prehistoric animals, you know, like the mammoth and the cave bear and that type of thing. And there's a lot of like myths and stories from the past as well that stem from that cave. So it is an interesting one. It's definitely worth a visit as well. Now, another one is there's a palace here, and it's called the Palace of the Bishops of Krakow. And the bishops of Krakow ruled this city for 600 years. And it's quite fascinating, really, but they built like a summer home, a summer palace here. And it's just absolutely spectacular to look at. And it's definitely well worth a visit. I mean, I went there earlier today, and it was absolutely amazing to look at, really. Inside it, they used to have a brewery, and they had coach houses inside it and everything else. And it was just like super, super, super impressive. Now, I also recommend that you see the Royal Castle in Henczyny. And the Royal Castle in Henczyny is located 15 kilometers southwest of Kielce on the road connecting Warsaw and Krakow. So that's just to describe in simple words how you can sort of find it there. It's open till 6 o'clock every night, and the Henczyny Castle was built in the, I believe in the 13th century. It's sort of like a Polish Gothic architectural style. So it's very, very old, and it's on top of one of the highest mountains in southern Poland. It was used as a prison in the past, and you know, the gentry and prisoners of war, they were imprisoned there in that castle as well. So there's a story behind it, and I believe it now costs about, it used to be 20 zloty. I think it's now 30 zloty, which is about £6 to enter that castle. On the right side, there's a restaurant called Rynek 11, which is supposed to be one of the best restaurants in the city. You can see it directly in front of me behind the GVH sign there, and it's just right in the middle there. And that's a restaurant that's very good. They've got some unusual pasta dishes with chorizo in and things like that. There's a brewery pub next door to it as well. But the architecture is very nice in the main market square of this city. Let me just swing round just so slowly so you can see everything. And they have a local mayonnaise here. So when you're here, you must ask to try the local mayonnaise from Kielce. That's the famous food product that's from here in this city. That's what you must try when you come here as well. So all the restaurants here in the summertime, they have all terraces like this. It's the 14th of September in 2023. Hey, hello. So like everybody's sitting outside and they're enjoying a beer on the terrace and a drink. I recommend you go to one of these restaurants and you ask for the daytime menu. Many restaurants have a daytime menu, some don't have it, but I'd ask for a Dania Dinar and then you get a daytime promo. Let's have a look at that. So it's about 5 o'clock in the evening, just to give you an idea of when I'm doing this tour. Let's move on around the square here. It's quite quiet because people come out a bit later in Poland. I think the people come out in the evening about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That's when it started to get busy last night. So there's a Kolayska on the right side there, and they do all the Polish food. You get your Zurek soup in there, that's traditional Polish. Polish people like rosol soup, that's a chicken soup. Rosol means chicken. And they've got, let's just have a look on this menu here. This is a very cheap one. You can get a soup for £3, which is 15 zloty. You can get schnitzel. They love schnitzel in Poland. You can get golabki, and you can get pancakes with goulash for 23 zloty, which is £4. So I do recommend you try the Polish pancakes. They're not normal pancakes, they're potato pancakes, so they're thick. And then you have a creamy sauce on top, like a mushroom sauce or a goulash on top as well. So the streets are mostly cobbled, like you can see here straight ahead. And I really like this bar here on the corner, just the one you can see straight ahead. I went there today. They've got really cool beers like Brooklyn beer there. And I think it's called Lustro, if you can see on the sign there. That's a nice place. If you first come here and you need a nice place for a beer, I'd try this one here. If you want a place with more of a party atmosphere, go to the Shotgun. It's further on down here on the right side, and it's very, very cheap. You can get a beer for about 11 zloty in the Shotgun. It's like a shot bar, but you can also buy all kinds of beers and different drinks. And it seemed to be one of the busiest bars. It was open like every day of the week. Some of the bars here, like if you look in the center there, in the distance, there's a bar there called Maska. That's the best nightclub in town. That's what people told me, but that's only open, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on the insides, like in the club. And on the other days, they have the terrace open where you can just drink outside, like, you know, it's summertime, so. So you've got all these little side streets that are off the square, and I just recommend you go down the side streets. It's a little bit cheaper than drinking in the main market square. And up there on the left side, you have a Czech beer pub, and on the right side, you have a place where you can get nice shrimps. There's a shrimp house there. And my hotel is up this street to the very end, and then you turn off to the left side up at the end of there as well, because I moved to a city center hotel now. Straight ahead, you have a bar called Pijalnia Vodka Pivo, and that bar is in every single city in Poland. Like, you know, like in England, how we have Wetherspoons in every single city, and you can drink for very low prices in Wetherspoons. Then here they have Pijalnia, where it's like super cheap, and you can buy a beer for about £1.50. You can buy a shot of vodka for like £1 or something, and you can buy all the Polish food stuff for about £3 or £4. You can eat some Polish food in there as well. Maybe even less actually. Well, look at this sign outside the Pijalnia. So they're doing vodka shots for 6 zloty, which is like £1.25. You can have flavored vodkas like lemon, cherry, all the different flavors of vodka as well. And here you can try Polish food for an extremely low price, lower than anybody else, anywhere else at all. They're doing the beef tartar, which is very popular. Polish people love the raw beef, and that's 11 zloty, which is £2. Bread with lard and cucumber. I don't recommend that one. If you're a foreigner, you won't like it. The white borscht, they do that one. And they do some toasties as well, some nice toasties with cheese and ham and mushrooms and stuff like that. So a lot of people are coming here to stay in a spa hotel. Kielce is famous for having some of the freshest air in the whole of Poland. Really nice fresh air. I've noticed the air difference because I live in the city center of Krakow, and it's got very, very high pollution. I believe they've had warnings from European Union about improving that as well. But here in Kielce, you come here for the fresh air and for a spa break as well. There's so many good hotels here that have pools outside, really nice pools. The Odyssey Hotel is the best spa hotel in the city. That's a 5-star hotel. It's about 4 kilometers from the city center here. Or you can also stay in the Binkowski Hotel, where I stayed for 3 nights here as well. It's got a pool on the roof, a spa. It's got a huge indoor tropical pool. It's got a gym in there and everything, and it's really, really good for wellness. If you want to stay downtown, like city center, you've got the Grand Hotel, which is just on the end of the main street, on the end of Sienkiewicz Street here to the right side. You can stay there. And there's a cheap accommodation place on the main high street here, Sienkiewicz, and it's called the Art Hostel. And that's only £20 a night or 100 zloty a night in September. So that's a very reasonable price. I believe you've got a bathroom on the corridor, so you don't get your own bathroom, but you get your own room for a very, very reasonable price. So a lot of people come here for the Świętokrzyskie Mountains nearby. So, I mean, it's the oldest mountain range in Poland. People are coming up here to go hiking and see the Paradise Cave up at the mountains there as well. And that's definitely worth a visit, guys, as well. Now, this street here, it's called Sienkiewicz Street, and it's the main high street of Kielce. And this street goes on for 2 kilometers. It's one of the oldest high streets in the whole of Poland. And this high street is one of the longest high streets in the whole country. And it's lined with these lovely lampshades that you can see. Let me just show you. Really, really impressive. And the interesting thing is, I was walking around the city and I've seen English academies everywhere. People here are very, very keen to learn English. And I saw all of these English academies all over the city. So there's plenty of jobs here for English teachers as well. And 2/3 of this region are still agricultural. There's a lot of farming going on, chicken farming, pig farming, growing of vegetables and fruit. There's still lots and lots. The past of this city is all about farming as well. And there's still lots and lots of countryside in the Świętokrzyskie region of Poland. So it's really easy when you get here. You know, you've come here to see the town and to see all the attractions and everything. Just look for these signs around the city like this one, and it tells you exactly where everything is. You don't get this in every city in Poland. This is just here. So for example, to the left side there, you get the palace of the Krakow bishops there, just left down this street, 200 meters. You've got all the museums that are on here as well. The #1 museum in the city is the Museum of Toys. That's #1 on TripAdvisor, so the tourists rate it the best one. If you've got a family or children, you must go to the museums of toys and play. There's all different museums here. I think the Museum of History would be interesting just to go back in the ages, because, you know, the Austrians were here for 20 years at one point. The Russians have been here. They took over it at one point. It was returned to Poland in 1918, but it has a fascinating history, this city. Let's have a look here as well. You've got the Kielce Cultural and Science Building, the Dance Theatre. You've got the art exhibition. You know what? When you go inside the Palace of Krakow Bishops, there's an art gallery inside there, and there's the National Museum inside there as well. So I do recommend you go inside. That's the main tourist attraction of the city. So you go up this street and you turn off to the right side if you want to get there. And here as well, this city is famous for sports. Kielce has the best handball team in Poland and one of the best handball teams in the whole of Europe. They won the European Championships 3 years ago. I was in the pub last night. I met some guys celebrating because they've been playing against Aarhus from Denmark, and they love handball here in Kielce. They've also got a football team here as well called Corona Kielce, and Corona Kielce are like mid-table in the Ekstraklasa, which is the Polish league. But the handball here team here are called Industria Kielce. Well, that's the name that they call it here. And it had a different name in the past. I believe it was called Corona in the past. And now it's taken on some sponsorship as well. So guys, it was just a short tour today. But thank you very much for watching my guided tour of Kielce. I've got guided tours of all the best cities in Poland. Kielce, of Krakow, of Warsaw, of Zakopane, of so many different cities here in Poland as well. And please give me some likes and some comments of things to see and do here in Kielce. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Travel with Col, and that's Col with a C-O-L. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.